We'll revise all the rules for differentiation. If we have a function written in the form of x to the power of n, so y dash will be n x to the power of n minus 1. Number 2, if we have a function written as f of x all to the power of n, how to differentiate? Drop the power, then minus 1, then differentiate the function f dash x. Number 3, if we have a function written as u times v, so y dash will be u dash times v plus v dash times u. Number 4, if we have a function written as u over v, so y dash is u dash times v minus v dash times u all divided by v squared. Number 5, if a function written in the form of exponential function e power of f of x, how to differentiate? Differentiation of the function multiply by the same function. Number 6, if y equals ln f of x, so y dash is fraction f dash x divided by f of x. Clear? Solve exercise 1, 2, 3, and 4. Today, inshallah, we'll start differentiate trigonometric functions. Start from sine, cosine, tan, cotan, sec, cosec. How to differentiate each. Number 1, if we have function written in the form of sine f of x, so its derivative will be differentiation of sine is cosine. Differentiation of sine is cosine. Then multiplied by the derivative of the function inside. Write it outside f dash x. For example, if we have only sine, let's say x, y equal sine 3x, how to differentiate? Y dash is differentiation of sine is cosine. Then find the derivative of the function of x, which is what? 1. So no need to write it. Again, y equals sine 3x. Y dash is differentiation of sine is cosine 3x multiplied outside by what? By 3. So if it is a linear expression like sine ax plus b, its derivative will be what? Differentiation of sine. First, I will write cosine ax plus b. Derivative of ax plus b is what? Is a, the coefficient of x. This is in general. Differentiation of sine is cosine, but don't forget to differentiate the expression inside. Again, y equal sine 5x minus 2. So y dash is, y dash is 5 cosine 5x minus 2. By the same way, derivative of cosine. If y is cosine a function f of x, so its derivative will be differentiation of sine is cosine. Differentiation of cosine is negative sine. Clear the difference in between? Differentiation of sine is cosine. Differentiation of cosine is negative sine. And also don't forget to differentiate. So if y equal cosine x, y equal cosine 3x, y equal cosine 2x minus 3. Y dash is the first one. Differentiation of cosine is negative sine. If you try to differentiate x, will be 1. Next, y dash is differentiation of cosine negative sine 3x multiplied outside by 3. Again, y dash is differentiation of cosine is negative sine 2x minus 3 multiplied by negative, so negative 2. So in general, if a function written in the form of ax plus b, so its derivative will be negative a sine ax plus b. Question number 1. Differentiate with respect to x. 2 is constant. Because it's constant, leave it. Multiplication. Differentiation of sine is cosine x. Part B. X, cosine x, product of two functions, u and v. If you use this function as u and this is v, u dash times v plus v dash times u. Differentiation of first is 1 multiplied by second plus differentiation of second. Differentiation of cosine is negative sine. Negative sine multiplied by what? So the final answer cosine x minus x sine x. If you rearrange negative
Sine x.
from where negative sine x squared? No, x is outside, not inside x. No, we cannot do like this. This is outside of the angle, sine angle. Differentiation of sine is? Differentiation of cosine is? From now, I will explain differentiate of tan. But you have to show that. He asks show that. Derivative of tan, derivative of sec, cosec, cotan. No need to recognize. You have to show from where you get it. In the formal sheet for the final exams, it's written form of sine, cosine, and tan. But maybe he asks show that. So I will explain number 3, 4, 5, 6 with proof. Differentiation of tan. Differentiation of tan is sec squared x. But I will show you how. Differentiation of tan is sec squared. First, from trigonometry, tan, you can write it sine over cosine. So, u over v. U dash times v minus v dash times u divided by v squared. We already have differentiation of sine and cosine. So y dash is differentiation of sine is cosine multiply by cosine x minus differentiation of cosine is negative sine multiplied by sine divided by cosine squared x. This step is clear. Tan sine over cosine u over v, u dash times v minus v dash times u divided by v squared, y dash is cosine cosine, cosine squared, negative negative, positive, sine squared, divided by cosine squared x. الانسر 1 over cosine squared x, reciprocal of cosine sec squared x. Show that differentiation of tan is sec squared. But by the same way, in general, if we have, say, tan ax plus b, so its derivative will be sec squared ax plus b, then multiply outside by what? By a. Differentiate tan 3x. Differentiate tan 2x minus 1. Directly, differentiation of tan is 6 squared 3x. Then multiply outside by what? By 3. Again, differentiation of tan is 6 squared 2x minus 1. Then multiply by 2. Number 4. If y is equal cotan x, so its derivative will be, try to guess, differentiation of sine cosine, differentiation of cosine negative sine, differentiation of tan sec squared, differentiation of cotan is negative cosec squared x. Let's start to prove that. No need to recognize it, but it's better to memorize all. Y is, write cotan as cosine x over sine x. Then use u over v. U dash times v minus v dash times u divided by v squared. Differentiation of cosine is negative sine multiply by sine minus differentiation of sine is cosine multiply by cosine, all divided by what? By sine squared x. Y is negative sine squared, negative cosine squared, all divided by sine squared x. If you take y negative outside common, you will get sine squared x plus cosine squared x divided by sine squared x. Negative 1 over sine squared, reciprocal of sine squared is a negative cosec squared x. This is derivative of what? Sorry, it's y dash. If he asked to show that. Number 5. Y equal sec x. Y dash will be sec x tan x. Prove that. Show that. We'll start to write y is sec x is 1 over cosine u and v, u dash times v minus v dash times u divided by v squared. So y dash is fraction. Differentiation of first. Differentiation of 1 is 0 multiplied by cosine x minus differentiation of cosine is negative sine multiplied by 1 divided by cosine squared x. Y dash is negative negative is positive sine x over cosine x into cosine x. We can write like this. Cosine squared is cosine times cosine. Sine over cosine is tan. 1 over cosine is sec. So sec x tan x. This is the answer. Number 6. Y is cosec x. Who can guess the answer? Sec tan. Sec tan. So cosec will be cosec cotan negative. 1 positive, 1 negative, 1 positive, 1 negative. Negative cosec x cotan x. Sec, see? Sec tan. Cosec negative cosec cotan x. Show that y is 1 over reciprocal of cosec is sine. Then start to use u over v. U dash times v minus v dash times u divided by v squared. So y dash is fraction. Differentiation of first is 0. Multiply by second. Minus differentiation of second is differentiation of sine is cosine. Multiply by 1 divided by sine squared x. So y dash is negative cosine x divided by sine into sine. So the answer is negative. Cosine over sine is cotan x. 1 over sine is cosec x. I will write them all. No need to memorize, but it's better. Just sine and cosine tan. It's given in the form sheet. Sine, cosine, and tan. But there are many questions in past paper. He asked to show that if he asked about sec, cotan, or cosec. So number 1, if y is equal to sine x, y is equal cosine x, y is equal to tan x. The first one. Y dash is differentiation of sine is cosine. Differentiation of cosine is negative sine. Differentiation of tan is sec squared x. 4, 5, and 6. Y is cotan x. Y is sec x. Y is cosec x. So y dash is differentiation of cotan negative cosec squared x. Differentiation of sec tan. Differentiation of cosec negative cosec x cotan x. Why? Why? It's better to recognize the function and its derivative when it started to explain integration. Integrate cosine, you have to ask integrate of cosine. Cosine is derivative of what? If I ask to integrate sec squared derivative of tan, so will be tan. Integrate cosec squared, so will be negative cotan. So it's better to recognize the derivative of each function. الكوتان U over V. U dash times V minus V dash times U divided by V squared. Differentiation of tan is sec squared x multiplied by what? X squared minus differentiation of x squared 2x multiplied by tan x, all divided by x to the power of 4. Clear how to differentiate? The next one. Do you remember chain rule? Do you remember f of x all to the power of n? How to differentiate? Just drop the power, then write the function all to the power of what? N minus 1. Don't forget to get what? Derivative of f dash x by the same way. Start to drop the power. 5. Subtract 1. 3 plus 2 sine x all to the power of what? Then differentiate of 3 is 0. Differentiate of 2 sine x will be 2. Differentiation of sine is cosine x. This is the final answer. You can rearrange and write 10 cosine x multiplied by 3 plus 2 sine x all to the power of 4. Differentiate. 2 is constant, leave it. Don't try to use u times v, but it's correct. But you will get differentiation first will be 0, multiply by second. So no need to write this part. So if it is constant, leave this constant and differentiate only sine 3x. Differentiation of sine is cosine 3x multiplied by 3. So the final answer will be 6 cosine 3x. 4x tan to x. You have to use u and v. U dash times v plus v dash times u. Differentiation of first is 4 multiplied by tan to x. Plus differentiation of tan is sec squared to x times 2. Write the coefficient of x outside directly. 2 sec squared to x. Don't forget to multiply by what? By 4x. You can rearrange it and write 4 tan x. Then 2 by 4 is 8x sec squared 2x. 4 tan to x, yes, you are right. Part C, use u over v. U dash times v minus v dash times u divided by v squared. Differentiation of cosine is negative sine 2x minus pi over 4. Multiply by what? By 2. Just the coefficient of x. Pi over 2 is constant. Its derivative 0. Differentiation of first. Multiplied by what? X squared. U dash times v, which is x squared, minus the v dash, which is 2x, multiplied by what? Cosine 2x minus pi over 4. All divided by x to the power of 4. No need. You can take only just 2 common factors.
Can they ask for us to be done in a certain form?
Sometimes, if there is trigonometric identities, you can use it. If he asks in the final exam, show that y dash and written specific form, you have to use identities for trigonometry to get the same value. I will show some question about this. Part D. How to differentiate part D? Chain rule. Drop the power. 3 minus 2 cosine 2 5x all to the power of 3. Then derivative of 3 is 0 minus 2. Derivative of cosine 5x is 5 minus, right, plus sine 5x. Again, drop the power, minus 1. Differentiation of 3 is 0, minus 2. Differentiation of cosine is negative 5 sine 5x. So negative negative will be positive. 2 by 5 is 10 sine 5x. You can rearrange or you can leave and write 3 minus 2 cosine 5x, all to the power of 3. Differentiate respect to x, clear? 0. Differentiation of sine is cosine. Part B, leave 2. Differentiation of sine is cosine. Leave 3. Differentiation of cosine is negative sine. Part C, leave 2. Cosine is minus sine. Differentiation of tan is 6 squared. Differentiation of tan 6 squared without negative. For cotan is negative cos6 squared. 3. Sine to x is cosine to x multiplied outside by 2. E, leave 4. Differentiation of tan 5x. 6 squared 5x multiply outside by what? By 5 and so on. U over V, if say given exponential with trigonometry. Differentiation of e power of sine x. Differentiation of sine, cosine, and write e power of sine x. E to the power of cosine to x. Differentiation of cosine to x is what? 2 negative 2 sine 2x multiplied by e to the power of cosine to x. Next, differentiation of tan sec squared 3x multiplied by 3. Then write e to the power of tan 3x and so on.
So it's exactly minus 1.
Subtract 1 from what?
For example, x sine x minus 1.
You are talking about which one? Part A?
Yeah, minus the power.
Derivative of the power multiplied with the function itself. Exponential function, derivative of the power. Same applications, like if I ask you to get the gradient, find equation of tangent, equation of normal, show the function stationary point, show its minimum or max, same applications. Look at this one. Find the gradient. Gradient means differentiate. If it is given the value of x, substitute in the original dy by dx to get the gradient. Find the gradient. First, I will differentiate. dy by dx is equal 3. Differentiation of sine is cosine 2x multiplied by 2. Differentiation of sine cosine minus 5. Differentiation of tan is sec squared x. The final answer is 6 cosine 2x minus 5 sec squared x. He asked to get the gradient where is x equals what? 0. 6 times cosine 0 minus 5 sec squared 0. You can use your calculator, but you can get cosine 0, which is equal what? 1. Cosine 0 is 1. So 6 times 1 will be 6. Minus, how to get 6 squared? Sec reciprocal of cosine squared. You will get it also 1. So the final answer is equal to 1. Question number 6. Yalla, please find the gradient. Don't forget to use rad system because x are given in rad, not in degrees. Yalla, waiting your answer. Find the gradient. dy by dx, y dash is. 2 is constant. Differentiation of sine is cosine 3x multiplied by what? 3 minus 4. Differentiation of cosine is negative sine x. So y dash is 2 by 3, 6 cosine 3x, negative negative, positive 4 sine x. Then substitute by pi over 3. So the gradient is 6 cosine 3 times pi over 3 plus 4 times sine pi over 3. So 6 cosine pi, which is negative 1, is it? Plus 4 sine pi over 3, which is root 3 over 2. Yes. Negative 6 plus 2 root 3. This is the exact value. You can use your calculator direct to get the answer by using this key. There is d over dx. Yes. Right. Don't forget to change first the calculator to rad system. Just write the function, the original function, and write at x equals to pi over 3. You will get the answer. Yes. The original function. We explained how to differentiate sine, cosine, tan, cotan, sec, cosec. What about if the function written like this? Y is equal sine squared x, or y is equal sine cube ax plus b. First, 5x. Power 2 means sine x all to the power of 2. Sine squared x means sine x all to the power of 2. Then start to differentiate as a chain rule. Drop the power, the minus 1, then differentiate the function. So y dash equals, drop the power would be 2. Then minus 1 will be sine x. Then differentiate of sine is cosine. Again, how to differentiate sine cube? Y dash is, drop the power. Then minus 1 will be sine squared 5x. Then, how to differentiate sine 5x? Differentiation of sine is cosine, correct. Don't forget 5. So the final answer simplified will be 15 sine squared 5x multiplied by cosine 5x. 3 by 5.